Okay, hey guys, this is the third video. We left off just implementing this preview setup and allowing mocking of the API client object in the view model and injecting the view model into the view using that underscore syntax to initialize the view with this state object or with a mocked state object. Okay, so now, and I just spent a few minutes there changing the commit messages just to align with this video series. So changing the last commit here was quite easy. I just used commit, and then you can just amend the last commit. None of this is pushed, so it's easier that way. I'm not sharing the history with the team. That was pretty straightforward, but the nice one was these two that are older. So to do that, I switched to history. What did I do? I right click on the very first commit, so the parent of all the commits I want to amend. I selected rebase children, and in here I'm able to edit the message and just edit each one of them and then hit OK, and it seems to be fine. So I'm just rebasing and editing the commits, child commits to that parent. Seems to work fine. Again, none of this is committed, so quite straightforward. Okay, so now what we want to do is we're sticking to this little list of requirements that we set out in the first video, which was this, if you recall, is just fetch a list from a public API, show the items in a list. We've kind of done that, very basic, and then tap one of the items to navigate to a new screen with some detail. So I think we'll go with a public API, and let's kind of work through this together. I'm not really even sure what API I'm going to use for now, although I did ask ChatGPT for some guidance on this yesterday. Let's just find that in the history. It gave a couple of APIs that we might be able to use. Hey, something that's pretty okay. So let's try that. JSON placeholder type code users posts. Let's try it. Okay, so what have we got open here? I think we can get rid of this for now. Just to test some APIs, I'm going to launch Postman. I hope it works. I haven't used it in a while. Why is it not working? Session expired. Your session for this count. Please sign in again. Okay, yes, I will. So if we don't display any, sign in from your browser. If your browser hasn't opened, oh, it's up here. Okay, sign in. Thank you. So this is a bit of OAuth 2, I would reckon. Opening Postman. Loading. And there we go. Let's bring this down. Okay, some collections. We have Beer API drop assignment from a long time ago. Google Books, which I use. Marvel API, which I've used in the past. Visual Studio Contacts API. Can't remember what that is. Oh, Visual Studio Contacts. Can't remember. And Weather API. So let's start a new collection. HTTP, yes, please. Do I name the collection? Not really. Well, let's oh, here we go. Create a new collection. A blank collection. Let's call this A. That's not gonna work. Oh, God's sake. Can we edit? There we go. Rename. There we go. Let's call it the list and detail app. Let's go for that. And the collection is empty. It's okay. Let's add something to it. Add a request. A get request. Here we go. Now I'm just going to copy out ChatGPT's request here. Drop it in here. It's a get. We have no params, no specific headers. Just fire that off and see what comes back. We are loading. We got a 200 though. So why is it still loading? Oh, got a user ID. We got user ID was always 1. All right, okay. Then we got an ID, which looks to be unique. We get a title, which is in some language that I don't know. I'm not sure it's French. I don't think so. Well, maybe. Key et whatever. It's maybe. So we got a title and a body. Good browser here. Let's have a quick look. Just to translate. Just want to see what I'm dealing with. Let's detect the language. I can put this on screen. Latin. Okay. Because an undertakes takes up the refusals, resulting in expedited, and when reprehends the annoyances as which all our things are, but are the thing will happen to the architect. Okay. So it's Latin. Which of course I did in school, so are or do repel, provide, blinded, accept, option, reproach. Either it doesn't translate well or it's mumbo jumbo, higgledy piggledy. Are or do repel, provide, blinded, accept, option, reproach. Okay. Well, we go with this. It's an easy request. It's very simple. I think we'll go with this. It works, right? And look how much it gives us. Jesus. Here, I think maybe we need to examine this API. How long are we going to spend looking at these things? That's 8 minutes now. So what's the URL? JSON placeholder. No. Placeholder. API. Let's get rid of the. I'm just Googling this. Okay. Free fake REST APIs. All right. Free fake and reliable API for testing and prototyping powered by that. 3 billion requests each month. Oh, okay. Try it. So fetch this. I'm just looking to see if there is any, custom actions on this. How, not performant, whether or not we can make custom requests against this data, whether we have control over what the response sends us back, whether we can, request a single ID, stuff like that. So let's have a look here. This is to-dos. Response comes back as JSON, log it. Okay. User ID, ID title, completed. Okay, so the to-do looks nice. Congrats, you made your first. When to use. JSON Holder is a free online REST API that you can use whenever you need some fake data. It can be in README on GitHub for a demo, blah, 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 blah. Resources, posts, comments, albums, photos, to-dos, and users. All HTTP methods are supported. You can use HTTP or HTTPS for your requests. Posts, 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 one, comments. Comments, post ID. Oh, look at that. All right. Use your own data. With our sponsor Mockend and a simple GitHub repo, you can have your own fake online REST server in seconds. Oh, that's so cool. That's really good. You can sponsor this project and others. Type code. Well, that's excellent. Let's use this. Okay, so if we have posts, we have comments on posts, and we can drill into a comment and get a post ID back. What's the... Where's my... Okay, let's try some stuff then. Yeah, so we have put patch delete. See the guide for usage examples. Let's try that. Getting a resource, listing all resources, creating a resource, updating a resource, output, patching, deleting, listing nested resources. Below you'll find examples using Fetch API, but you can JSON placeholder with any other language. You can copy paste the code in your browser console to quickly test. Okay, well, let's start with posts. Is that what we were using? Yes, it is. Yes, that's it. Send it, and back it comes. 200. We don't get a count. We do get a count based on ID. So we get 100 items back here. Great. So now if I ask just for item 100 post, I get back just 100. What else can I do here? Listing all, that's what we've just done. This is getting a specific resource. We did that. That's fine. Creating a resource. We've got to fetch posts, method post with title, body, and a user ID. You got to have a header, output. User ID is 1. The ID that comes back is 101. Oh no, user ID 1. This is a post 101 title. Let's try that. Okay, so if we add another request here, add a request. Let's make this a post. And let's do that. So it's this URL with a post. Here, method post. Then we need this JSON in the body. Here, sorry, non-form. And no. It's gotta be JSON, so. Title, body, user ID, titles. That's not foobar. Let's say marks. And this is a post. Marks post. Title. Like that. And then we'll say marks post body. That. User ID is 1. Let's stick with it. Okay, so the header has to have a content type that will be this. UTF-8. Application JSON. Okay. My headers here. Content type. Get rid of that. And doesn't want to hide the auto-generated. No. So I'm going to say, I'm going to put this in. Is UTF-8 listed here under another header? It's not. So this, and here I'm going to put content type. Content type, like that. Okay. Just check this again. Content dash type, application JSON, semicolon, character set. Looks good to me. And the API is just posts. Method is post. The body is JSON. I think we're okay. Headers is good. Let's try that and see do we get a response. The user ID is 1. If I go back here, just give me them all. User ID 1, title and body. Fine, let's do it. This is not a get, it's post. Let's hit it. Okay, we've got an error. Unexpected token T in JSON at position 6. Token T, position 6. JSON parse. Looked like my JSON is not valid. Oh, maybe this needs to be JSON validator. Yes, please just go in here. I'm just gonna paste this in here, validate it. No, so we're gonna have to put oh no, I do not consent. We gotta change, go away, change these. to proper JSON. This is taking a bit of time, but um, that's it. I'm going to leave that as an int. Shouldn't need that. Validate that. That's good. Okay, let's grab this back to Postman, paste it in here, and send it. We get back this. If I make a get now, it doesn't change this. So the content returned in my get request remains the same. Title, body, user ID. So if I do a post here for user ID 1, a get for user ID 1, yeah, I get back the old stuff, Doesn't do what I expected it to do, but nonetheless, we might be able to use that. Why is that saying a get? It is not a get. Rename. Post request. There you go. So it's a new add new post request. Add new post request. There we go. This is a get all posts. Requests. Request. That's it. Why does that's a get? To one created. Very good. Why is it list? Say that. There you go. Save it. Save this guy also. Okay, get all posts. And I'm going to just add one more. And we'll use a combination of the 3 of these. So let's add a request and put it up there. This is going to be called get post by ID. ID. There we go. Don't need the request in any of these really. Let's just grab the URL from here, remove this ID from here, hit send, hit save, go in here, paste this in. It's also a request, hit it. That comes back correctly. Save that. I'm going to rename this without the request and go in here and rename this without the request. Okay, that's what we're going to use in our app. Let's have a look at what we're at. 24 minutes. Okay, finding this API and just getting our head around it, see what it does. So we can make 2 separate GET requests. The get all will satisfy our list. It brings back 100 items, so we'll use that. This is initially what we're going to. So we're going to implement this. We might be able to use the other 2 in the next part, maybe with the drill down into the list item. So if we, probably we'll use this request for the drill down. It sends back the same information, but it's that's not important for now. Okay, let's do that. So next thing we're going to do is dive into a bit of URL session in the API client, just build out that. So just give me 2 seconds and I'll be straight back. Okay, sorry about that. Still going, yep, 26 minutes. So we'll start on this URL session implementation. So we've got an API client. Here's our list view first. On appearance, it does the fetch. So this will be our list items here. So let's implement that. So we'll go to, let's close down this preview for now. Give me a new panel on the right, just so I can have a view on everything. The API client is here. Okay, so let's see what we can do. I'll use BookPal here. It has a slightly generic URL, sorry, API client. And I'm probably going to do that rather than building something out from ChatGPT. Let's just use the absolute basics. Okay. How to build this. So we're going to need a URL. We don't need an API key. So we've got a base URL. Yeah, we don't need the API key. Storing that and handling that is something worth considering. I would let API there. Then we have the searches. We're going to have to use async await. Our volumes request. Sorry, I'm looking at my BookPal app and just how I did that. In BookPal, I was using I make a couple of different API calls, two of them, I think. So I had a generic make network call, which is generic on a decodable model, which would be API model in this case for us. Pass in a URL request, and yes, defines its own API error as well. Okay, there's a bit of work in this. I want to keep it as simple as possible. We're going to be using our JSON decoder as well in the API client. Okay, so how can I do this in as simple a way as possible? So we're calling, here's your list view. We've got our list. We're going to make the request on appear, which is here. <clears throat> 30 minutes on the clock. I'm just wondering how long this is going to take. Could stop it and separate this. I think that's a good idea. So we've got 30 minutes on the clock on this video. No commits for this, but what we've done is scope out the API at least. I might stop the video, make a next video on implementing these APIs within the iOS app itself. Okay, see you in the next video.